1, 2, 3. Hey Jane, what'd you say the other day to me? Be free, all your life and see what does it say? Hey Jane, I can tell the way you're supposed to be. Be free, I'm free. Stay. Hey Jane, I can't tell the way you see the light so right. Could I help to light your only way? Hey Jane, lose your mask and lose your will to fight. So right, take flight. How's empty bottle mash up feel? Hey Jane, hey Jane, hey Jane, hey Jane, hey Jane. Da da da, 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 da da da. Cold wind blows over the mountain, never let them see. Down and out and big wheels turn to tell you that you're through. Sometimes all that you can say is, hey Jane.
Amongst the Trees is live on WNCW Studio B. Sounding good, fellas.
Thank you, Joe.
Hailing from upstate South Carolina, around Clemson, can you tell us about how you came to be?
Yeah, sure thing. So we say Clemson. It's kind of clever for branding, these days. But we're kind of spread across Coney County, Pickens County, across the upstate of South Carolina. And Larry and I have known each other and played music together for about a dozen years, Larry. Does that sound about right? Yeah, and we used to play in a band before, and then that kind of went its way. Josh and I met kind of somewhat randomly and really hit it off and had a lot of similar tastes, and we said, let's start playing some music. And so we started kind of as a duo, and then very quickly it was like, all right, Larry, sorry, you're back in the band again. And so we played as the three-piece for a good long while, and then we actually met. I'll give the short story of how we met Wes. We were all camping at a music festival, one of these great sort of spend the night camping festivals. And we get up about 8:30 in the morning, and Josh and I are picking, and I remember Larry was not happy when he came out of the tent, and we were already making noise. But that's okay. That's what those things are about. And this guy, this beautiful red-headed, red-bearded fellow appears out of nowhere with a guitar. He said, well, y'all are picking. I'm going to go get my guitar and pick, too. And that was Wes, and we said, well, you're in the band now, right? And so he's been here ever since. And Curtis really didn't have much choice either. Curtis is he's family. Curtis and Josh are in-laws. They're brothers. And so it was like, well, we're missing something here. And it turned out it was Curtis. So here it is, the full five-piece Amongst the Trees.
All right. And we're talking with BJ Callahan leading the five-piece. Could you tell us a little bit about that upstate South Carolina music scene and maybe an observation about what makes it unique, yourselves included?
Yeah, sure. Well, it's, we don't have a central sort of city hub or, even singular or multiple venues that we kind of could point to and say. So like a lot of places, it's a kind of a collection, a network of, small breweries that are supporting live music these days, which is so fantastic. And then we just kind of hop on the road to Greenville whenever people let us, and then Asheville and, kind of beyond there. Greenville's been a good town for us, kind of about an hour from home. But I'll speak for myself, but maybe for some of these guys, it is kind of nice to go play music in the city and then come back to the country where it's real nice and quiet and kind of, go back to your little pocket of the world that you've chosen.
Yeah, Greenville is a bumping place. Asheville, too, of course, but Greenville's a fairly big town, so there's...
Yeah, Greenville has a wonderful music scene. We have a couple of great places that we've kind of started to build a following there. We've been fortunate enough to play the Fall for Greenville Music Festival a couple of times, and then some of their city events that they do. And it's really neat. Any place that makes the point and is intentional about making music part of the culture is always good in our book, right? I know you guys feel the same, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that, why it's such a dream come true to come up here with you guys today. So, yeah, Greenville's got it going on, but, we there's a little network of folks that, we're kind of floating around the Clemson area, too. And so we kind of love just this collection of places we get to go around and play down there.
You've got a show tonight in Spindale at Barley's Tap Room.
Yeah, that's our first time playing up here, and we get to go 2 for 2 in Spindale. So, yeah, anybody within the sound of our voices, I'd encourage you to come drive over and hang out with us tonight because 4 songs is not nearly enough for us. So we're just barely scratching the itch here with you.
Yeah, this is just the appetizer. The entree is at Barley's.
Right. Yeah, we keep the weirdness to a minimum with the fluorescent lights on here, but it might show itself later tonight.
Okay, then. We're here live on WNCW with Amongst the Trees. Have you got another song?
Absolutely. This is another one off of our Volume 1, Amongst the Trees Volume 1 album. This is called Shoes in the Road. Right on top. Reality has a hold on me. 4 wheels on the ground, oh, nobody left to see. Backlit nothing as I pick up speed, yeah. Gotta get a grip, pull for the life for me. Accelerating patience, never mind the wait, it's all here now to see. Left my shoes in the road. Didn't know that my story wasn't told. I left my shoes in the road. Didn't know, yeah, there was so much to unfold. Now I'm barefoot out in the cold. lost his hold on me. Whirls on the ground, oh, but nobody left to see. Silhouetted silence surrounding speed, yeah. Gotta get a grip and pull for the life of me. Accelerating patience, never mind the wait, it's all here now to see. Left my shoes in the road, didn't know that my story was untold. I left my shoes in the road, didn't know, yeah, there was so much to unfold. Now I'm barefoot out in the cold. Oh, I'm barefoot out in the cold and snow because I left my shoes in the road. Oh, I left them in the road.
Amongst the Trees, live on WNCW. I just have to feel there's something else going on other than literal pair of shoes being left in the road. There's got to be some metaphor going on.
It's a metaphor for bad decision making, I think is really what it was.
It seemed that you had some questions in your mind about some life choices.
Although it did stem from an actual incident of me making the very bad decision of not setting the parking brake on a manual transmission car, running after it, turning around to find that my shoes were indeed left behind in the road.
Did you catch the car?
I did actually catch the car with inches to spare. Yeah. So the literal bad decision making becomes a metaphor for all of our collective, at times, poor decision making.
Right. So 2023 looks like a pretty good year for Amongst the Trees because you've got your first Studio B session, you got your first gig here at Barley's, you've had your first live record produced at Albino Skunk, also your first appearance there.
Yeah, that's right. It was certainly an achievement year for us. And I think we sat down in January this year, and it was like, what cool things might we do? Because we have no illusions of grandeur, but we just love making music together as friends. That's kind of what it is first and foremost. And we love attending the Albino Skunk Music Festival. It is one of the coolest things. And anyone out there, even if you've heard of it, if you've never heard of it, it's a little piece of weird heaven on earth. And there's that word again. And so we attend, several of us attend pretty much every year. And so it was a goal for us to play on that stage. And just that experience was great. And so the engineer and myself, I said, I'm gonna bring the laptop. You were kind enough, Joe, to help facilitate some of this. And we were able to get the full multi-track recording, which, to my knowledge and yours and Zig and everyone with Skunk, no one's ever thought to do this idea before. I'm not taking any grand credit for that, but it turns out what a cool place, and nobody's thought of that before.
Yeah, so it's kind of amazing there hasn't been a live record until now.
Right. I mean, you could put out an assortment of every year, and it would be an all-star album.
It really would be.
So, because the lineup they pulled together is so cool. So we got the full multi-track, and I mixed it down back at my studio, FNKY Records, down in Seneca, South Carolina. And I was just, that's the engineer's dream. is to have the vibe of live, but you get the multi-track thing, and so you can blend in the crowd noise, but still have the fun little studio, ability to play around with it. And so that was how the album came around. And with a live thing, you get home and we're all, the kind of the glow of the weekend is worn off. And it's not until I pull the computer out, the Monday or Tuesday afterwards that you even know if it's worth it. Because I've certainly done that before where you go, well, that was a nice idea.
Yeah.
But it turned out nice and happy and clean, and we left it in, warts and all. And mostly they're beautiful warts, right? We would say, or the warts that only we are aware of. And it's live, and it's real, and it's everything that we did and played there at Skunk. And it just got released to the world last week.
Well, best wishes for great success with that, because there have been a lot of acts that have played at Skunk over the years that have done big things. They've had Lake Street Drive and Billy Strings, and a lot of folks come through that have they've been in front of a lot of that popularity that they knew that things were going to happen, that these artists were going to be fairly big. I think Zig often refers to it as the skunk bump of the artists who get the nod
we
for
bumped
Skunk.
ourselves all the way to Studio B, so
right.
we'll take it and keep on riding that wave. Because I think the real beauty of the Skunk Festival in WNCW is the support of real independent music and listening ears who realize that means something. And there's that give and take that can happen with people creating music and people appreciating the creation of music is kind of, there's that magic that's there.
Can I ask you about the song Appalachian Way?
Okay, yeah.
Because you're talking
sure.
about your heritage, your lineage,
Yeah.
the ancestors in the region. Tell us about your background, your ancestors, and how those stories are reflected in your lives and your music.
Well, I'll speak to that song particularly, and then maybe if the other guys want to chime in with anything about their histories. I say that I have some sort of history filtered through the red clay for sure. But the song Appalachian Way was a song that I co-wrote with my friend Kim Paul. She's become a really valued friend and collaborator. And when you co-write with someone, sometimes it's kind of, I do the music, you do the words. Sometimes we all kind of sit together and mash it together. This was one that she came in with fairly complete, and she played it, and I she came in with the words, and I helped her tweak the music and all that. And we kind of sat back, and I paused, and I said, okay, well, thank you, because this is now an Amongst the Trees song. This is, we're taking it, because we do love playing that one, and it's on the live album. But yeah, I think all of us have some roots here towards the red clay and the Josh. Josh, your folks have been around for a long time.
Yeah, sure. I was actually raised up around the Jocassee, Salem area, and my family for many years, and used to hear stories about before they backed the lake up. It's a beautiful place, but one of the lyrics in there, I can't remember what it was before, but we changed it to Jocassee Waters.
I think that's the only time you've ever said, "Hey, can you change a lyric?"
Yeah.
And it was the absolute right thing. I think the lyric originally was the Ocoee Waters carry our name, and as soon as he said that, it was like, well, yeah. He said, "Can we please make that the Jocassee Waters?" Because I've seen pictures of some of your old family places around Jocassee Valley.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah.
If you've never been to Jocassee, it's a beautiful place. Yeah.
All right, we're here with Amongst the Trees live in Studio B, talking family stories, talking music and jamming and albino skunk and all sorts of good things. Got a show tonight in Spindale at Barley's Tap Room, kicking it off at 7. All right. We'd love to hear another tune.
All right, let's do it. This song is called Cut My Fingers. Take a step down, with my part. Give me your hand, lead me through the dark. Need to find my way through the pain, through the fog past the night train. Don't forget all that we've been through, all the pattern, yeah, through the blue. Leave me now, all together we'll flow. Oak tree, bottle me, away we go. I said, cut my fingers, cut my toes, cut my eyes, my ears and nose, cut my mouth when I'm about to say these words that I won't say today. Let me fall, but make sure I crash. Ain't no other way to find my way back. Darkest road is the only one I want to know. Makes my soul show, makes my soul grow. Find alone, yet I find you there. Where the end is, you don't really care. Hold you close and I hold you tight. Oh, I don't need any other light. I said, cut my fingers, cut my toes, cut my eyes, my ears and nose, cut my mouth when I'm about to say these words that I won't say today. Feel the tears coming to my eyes. Today's not the day when it's gonna cry. When it hurts so bad and it hurts so right. Oh, I know I'll never, never need to fight. My heart today, oh, my skin too white. My heart too sick, oh, my eyes too bright. Darkness comes and a wells are you, giving all the love out of my loving cup. Then I see what I could never feel. Pain and love make it all so real. I said, cut my fingers, cut my toes, cut my eyes, my ears and nose, cut my mouth when I'm about to say these words that I won't say today. Feel the tears coming to my eyes. Today's not the day when it's gonna cry. I said, cut my fingers, cut my toes, cut my eyes, my ears and nose, cut my mouth when I'm about to say these words that I won't say today. nose. Cover my mouth when I'm about to say these words that I won't say today.
All right, Amongst the Trees live in Studio B on WNCW. Like that harmony, and I know harmony is really important to y'all. How do you approach building harmonies, writing harmonies, and maybe some of your favorite harmony groups and the kind of the world, the musical, the roots music world that you travel in, you know, the funk, the jam?
Yeah, we do navigate the different courses. I think where it starts with us is like the campfire, the kind of sitting around, you know, as far as how do we build and get, you know, practice doing the harmonies. We all have slightly different musical backgrounds. Like, you know, Curtis is kind of more from the church tradition, where, of course, he's been harmonizing since you probably could sing, you know. So it comes very beautifully and naturally to him. And Josh is kind of a little bit, I guess, more from the folk tradition. I'm not going to speak for Josh, but where, again, that's just what you do. Everybody pick a harmony and hop on in there. And I'm actually a classically trained musician. You wouldn't tell it probably from watching me, but so I actually studied harmony and was performing it too. So, you know, aside from the big names that we all know from kind of Western classical music, you know, like Brian Wilson, Beach Boys is my harmony teacher, you know, so that's kind of, you know, I want to be like the poorest man's Brian Wilson when it comes to harmony arranging. I think we'd be doing okay if we did that, you know.
Yeah, harmony is such a neat rabbit hole because there's so much more than is on the surface. I guess there's so much to it in the different forms of music, the different styles of music, the way that they stack harmonies, the way that they approach the whole idea of harmony.
Yeah, and we always have the fun game. So Josh and Curtis's vocal range are pretty close. So they always get to kind of fight it out. And I said, well, you guys work it out and come back and let me know who's singing what. You know, I want to sing the high part. I want to sing the high part. And I don't want to sing the high part today. So yeah, it is fun. And I do remember I had this listening to WNCW or something very similar to it at one point, hearing a traditional, you know, bluegrass band who demonstrated in real time how they could all interchange all four parts, harmony parts. They say, okay, well, I'm going to sing the lead. No, now you, and they would demonstrate, and then they'd all switch parts. And I think the point of what really struck me with that was being able to not only sing your part with confidence and ownership, but know everyone else's. Not that it's kind of a parlor trick to be able to do it on the fly, but to know so intimately what everybody else is singing so that you can blend with it appropriately. And, you know, who needs to, okay, we need to let somebody kind of shine at this little point. But, you know, I think just pure dumb stubbornness is kind of what helps us get it figured out. As far as, you know, we love playing live. That's our thing.
Yeah.
We love getting out there and doing it. And if a place tells us they have a 2-hour window for live music, we say, can you please make it 3 hours? Because 2 hours is just kind of getting us warmed up. So, you know, that's the laboratory. And once you kind of hopefully are able to screw up in front of people enough times, you kind of get over the ego part of that and you can just kind of go have fun with it.
Right. But it's not easy to get there. And it's for folks like me who are just real amateurs. It's in any singing situation, it's easy to get in over our heads because you don't realize that, all right, you're not just singing the melody when you're singing in a group and singing harmony. Yeah. You got to actually listen for the other stuff and hearing the other parts of it. That can be a real trick.
Yeah, and it's the fun show. You have a microphone in front of you. You can jump in at any time you want.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, we're all friends here in Radio Land, aren't we?
I have to also give you all credit for being a very unironic in your presentation because you've got the largest member of the group is actually playing the largest instrument.
Yeah. So Josh, you're speaking of Josh playing the bass fiddle. Yes, Josh puts the trees in amongst the trees, as we say. Yeah.
We got, I think, one more song.
Yeah.
Before we go, we're coming up on Christmas, so let's get everybody's ideal Christmas gift for the band. What's the band getting? Have they been good?
For ourselves or for the band as a whole?
For the band, like, what's the ideal gift for the band members?
Tour bus. Yeah, I'm going to say for sure a roadie. I think that's kind of the obvious answer, isn't it? Yeah.
The drummer says a new drum set.
Yeah, I went to a venue recently, and I said, Larry, I got up the nerve and I asked him for an extra $100 for next year, and he said, "Oh, so we can add the sixth member?" And I was like, "No, so we can add the roadie."
Good deal. Amongst the Trees live on WNCW. Let's have it.
All right, I do have to tell a very quick story. The story of this next song does have a WNCW tie-in, so I'll make it brief. But so this song is "Wanna Drive," co-written with my friend Miss Betty Coates. She wrote most of these lyrics, and I set it to music. And she wrote it about, I think, someone in particular in mind, but I kind of related to it, or you may, or somebody you know and love may relate to it. I don't know. Anywho, so we recorded the song for the album. It's on Amongst the Trees Volume 1, and it was done. The album was completely done. We recorded all at my studio, so studio time is pretty flexible and free, but that also means things get the back burner. We actually finally got it done. Took a very long time. And it was done, and we sent it off to one friend who was going to record a piano solo. Not Curtis, but somebody else was going to record a piano solo on it. And he listened to it, and he said, "Guys, I hate to do this." And he had played with us in the past, so he knew the songs. And he said, "I love it. It's a great song. It's too slow on the recording." He said, "You did it too slow." He said, "I know how you play it live. This is not how you play it live." The album was done, mind you, okay? Done. Put to bed, done. Aside from this last solo. So we listened to it, and I said, "Josh, dang it, he's right." So, but here was his reasoning. This is what got me. He said, "It's fine how it is." He said, "But if you record it," and he gave me a tempo, BPM, and he said, "If you record it, I think it was 132. Record it at 132, it will transform from a really fun, cool, bluegrassy song to a WNCW banger." And that phrase is one we have kept as like our driving force. WCW banger, because that means something, I hope, probably to a lot of people listening right now. There's a very certain kind of song, and we stopped the presses. We re-recorded the entire song from scratch, probably added 3 months by the time we undid everything and redid everything. But he was right, and we went back, all the live versions are at 132. And I'll let the audience and you be the judge if it's actually a WNCW banger. That's lofty status to achieve.
We'll see if it gets the
That was the intention on this song.
Yeah, see if it gets the trademark.
All right.
The WNCW banger trademark.
All right, this song's called "Wanna Drive." If you wanna drive, honey, then I'm gonna sit here and drink. You can make the decisions, I don't wanna think. Oh, we can go where you wanna go. Yeah, do what you wanna do. 'Cause I love my bottle, baby. 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 More than I like you. Say don't pay attention, yeah, you say I drink too much. Knock me all the time, go on about such and such. I just listen closely, open a bottle or two. I like drinking, baby. More than I like you. Don't know, baby, what else can I do? 'Cause I love my bottle more than I like you. Hate for you to be lonely, so I tell you what I do. Come on, have a drink with me, love my bottle too. Well, you say I keep repeating myself, yeah, over and over again. If you listen up the first time, won't have to repeat, my friend. Yesterday I heard you talking on the phone, said my drinking, baby, made you feel all alone. Don't know, baby, what else can I do? 'Cause I love my bottle more than I like you. Hate for you to be lonely, so I tell you what I do. Come on, have a drink with me, love my bottle too. Now that we're home, baby, yeah, it's time for just one more. So get your bottle, come with me. Let's lock the bedroom door. Oh, little girl, you better know, yeah, that things are better in twos. Just 'cause I love my bottle, baby, baby, doesn't mean I can't love you. Don't know, baby, what else can I do? 'Cause I love my bottle more than I like you. Hate for you to be lonely, so I tell you what I do. Come on, have a drink with me. Love my bottle too. Come on, have a drink with me. Love my bottle too. Come on, have a drink with me. Love my bottle too.
All right, Amongst the Trees, wrapping up a set here on WNCW. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you so much, Joe, for having
Oh,
us.
so great to have you. Live Studio B sessions on